Alpha Uniform Yankee rolling runway 24. Positive rate, gear up.
Hello, welcome to GearUp TV. You'll notice a new feature this week, which is our landing of the week to start the episode. If you've got a great landing, send it over to us. We'll run the best ones, and the best one will win a prize at the end of the month. We also talked to Stuart Mulholland of Zenith Aviation about why he thinks the Learjet program will continue to fly. Steph Taylor has a heartwarming tale from Biggin Hill, and we are very interested this week in a report from our friends at Private Fly, who revealed that the average private jet user is a 41-year-old male who charters a small air taxi from London to Paris. Check out the links below the video for more information on that. We also talked to Whyte, who's the MD of Corporate Jet Investor, about his take on what's going to be most interesting at the conference in London at the end of the month. And I display my expertise in bagpipe playing.
You're watching GearUp TV.
Zenith Aviation is primarily an aviation management company, so we manage aircraft on behalf of people. We own our own aircraft. We charter those aircraft out that we manage as much as we possibly can, and we also provide maintenance both for our own fleet of aircraft and also for third-party customers. We had a fantastic 2015 with our aircraft charter side of the business. We ended the year just around about 240% up year on year versus 2015. I often get asked why this is the case, because it seems to have bucked the trend of the industry slightly. I think it's a combination of things. I don't think there's any one reason why we were so prolific last year compared to other years. I think a lot of it is the relationships that we've managed to establish with the charter brokers. They provide by far the majority of our business, and we try and deal with the brokers in a very professional way, very transparent way, and we try and enable them to enhance their relationship with the customer. The passenger is essentially their customer. We try and forge a relationship, so we promote the brokers' activities rather than try and detract from them in certain ways. So it's very much supporting the brokers, enhancing that relationship, and of course the product that we've got to offer. And as you know, we introduced two brand new Learjet 75s onto our fleet towards the end of last year. They both have been flying an awful lot of hours. They're fantastic, they're brand new, we're sat on one now, and they've gone down a storm with the passengers and the brokers. So it's been a combination of things, I think, and there's no end in sight. I just checked our 2017 projections, and we've already doubled our activity in January 2017 versus 2016. So it's a fantastic story to date. The hangar that the aircraft is in at the moment, this hangar has been the spiritual home for Learjet since the first one came into the UK in the year 2000. Came into this hangar. I've still got staff working here now that were involved in bringing that aircraft into the UK. So we are Learjet, it's our heritage. We've over the years, through different companies but in the same facility, managed or maintained almost every Learjet that's been operating in the UK. So it's a natural progression for us to take it to the next stage of the Learjet story, if you like. So why the 75? We needed to enhance our fleet of aircraft. We needed newer product to offer to the marketplace, and the 75 ticks all the boxes. As you can see, the cabin's fantastic, the amenity is where it is, the Wi-Fi and the SATCOM, and yes, there has been speculation about the future of the Learjet project within Bombardier, and who knows is the short answer. I don't know. I know, having Spoke to Bombardier recently that the 2017 order book is almost full. I inquired about a third aircraft for us and was told that the next available delivery would be in Q3 of 2017. So I think it's actually working well for Bombardier now. In terms of the future plans for the product, I don't know, but I'd be surprised if, you know, if they want to palm off a resurgent product onto another manufacturer. But I think whichever way, there's so many Learjets flying around the world. I think the future of the Learjet is secure, and I think if they can actually maintain the production that they seem to be achieving at the moment and the sales, then it looks good for the future. So I'm quite uncomfortable with being involved, continuing to be involved with the Bombardier products, and particularly with the Learjet.
You're watching GearUp TV.
So earlier this week at Biggin Hill, we witnessed the naming of a new aircraft owned by Robin Washington, whose wife used to work for British Caledonian. And so the aircraft is painted in British Caledonian's livery and it's going to be doing some charity work. So really lovely story.
A little bit at a time, remember?
I'm absolutely amazed. Biggin Hill have been fantastic. The airport have looked after me over the 6 months that it's taken to build this aeroplane, rebuild this aeroplane, and today Biggin Hill have just been amazing. We've got British Airways people here, we've got people from British Caledonian, we've got people who actually built the aeroplane, we've got people who sprayed the aeroplane. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And my wife, Julie, and the aircraft's named after Julie, was British Caledonian. When I first saw her, she was wearing the red BCAL uniform, and I thought, wow, you know. And then I didn't know it was her, but a car parked in my parking space at the office, and I thought, we'll chuck that out. And Julie pitched up and said, in her red BCAL uniform, "I'm sorry, I'm in your space." And I went, "Yes, but you can park there anytime you like, you know." So that was how we met. That was 35 years ago. We got married. So British Caledonian was part of my life as well, because if it hadn't been for the uniform, we wouldn't have met. We've got a son, Robert, who is here today. And then sadly, a year ago, last September, Julie died from breast cancer. She was looked after at home by the Phyllis Tuckwell Hospice near us. And when it came to Christmas, she had already bought flying lessons for me. She knew I wanted to fly, and she bought the flying lessons for me. And I got completely hooked on flying. And I thought I would invest in an aeroplane. So I did that, and I wanted to put a lion on the tail in memory of British Caledonian. And I hooked up with the BCAL Association, what do they call it, the Cali Nostra, and they've got permission, they've got delegated permission from British Airways. So here we have an aeroplane, it's Piper Archer. It's been completely rebuilt by Falcon Services, it's been resprayed here at Biggin Hill by Raz. They've done a fabulous job. It's going to go and do some work and hopefully raise some money for charities. The hospice, who looked after Julie, cost £20,000 a day, so they need £1,000 an hour basically. And we're going to go to air shows and we're going to rattle the buckets and we're going to try and get some money in for the charities. And then Asda Pugh, of course, the last managing director of British Caledonian, was kind enough to name the aircraft Julie, the Spirit of BCAL.
You're watching GearUp TV.
We've got 2 pub crawls, 4 cocktail receptions, 1 dinner. I think we worked out there's 24.5 hours of networking just for the 2 business jet days. And we'll probably have 450 people attending. So we're really excited. It's very hard, I think, to pick out the sessions that I'm particularly looking forward to. We always get some surprises. We've got a debate between Lux Aviation and Marwin from Gamma, Patrick from Lux, Marwin Callett from Gamma, which should be fun. We're starting with Brian Humphreys from EBAA in what may be his last non-EBAA appearance as chairman. We've got two very good brokers starting, Chad Anderson from Jetcraft, Brian Proctor from Mente Group. We've got a lot of people who sell aircraft, all the financiers, 36 operators coming, including 26 of those, the founders or CEOs. You know, it's just going to be big this year, I think, which is odd because the market's still pretty rubbish.
Well, it's my favourite conference of the year. It's a lot of fun as well as very informative. Are there still places left? Can people still get a ticket?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's welcome. The more the merrier. We've got a couple of fun things this year. We've got the first ever aircraft repossession quiz. Whose aircraft is it anyway? That's on day one. On day two, we've got an Oxford-style debate. I think that could be a highlight. And I think one of the highlights of that's going to be Patrick Margus and Rushmore arguing against Phil Brockwell over whether consolidation makes sense. That should be fun. We're working hard. It's packed. The bad thing about the conference is we're starting, I think, at 8:30 every morning, finishing at about 6. It's also hard work, but it should be fun. And we get an impression that a lot of people are arriving looking for a mixture of fun and, of course, business.
And that is absolutely fair. I can guarantee it will be fun, it will be informative. Al's got an interview. He's very kindly joined us today, and I know he's got someone waiting. Al, last question, where do people need to go? What link, what website they want to
Just corporatejetinvestor.com, www.corporatejetinvestor.com. You know, where else would you go to?
You're watching GearUp TV.
Nearly as nice as Linda did there. They're actually going to get me in on the band. So, Linda, thank you very much for the lesson. I think I'll be playing this in no time at all. Top.
Thanks for watching. We love having you with us. Remember, send us your landings and we'll use the best ones. Next week, tune in because we're going to be speaking to David Rimmer about his brand new business concept, Blizzjet, which is running between London and New York. If you like what we're doing, and we really hope you do, remember, like, subscribe and share. Until next week, bye!